It's time to focus on the things you need, the things you deserve. You deserve a healthy body, supplements that get you moving and keep you moving, that make you feel good, look good, do good. And they shouldn't contain GMOs, artificial ingredients, or heavy metals, ever. Supplements that are clinically studied, use proven absorption technologies, are designed by scientists, and are ethically sourced and produced. Supplements with everything you need, nothing you don't. You deserve a company that you can trust, that's dedicated to safe manufacturing practices and third-party testing, that ensures the highest quality of effectiveness from extraction of ingredients all the way to the composition of the packaging. Wait a second. You deserve to see the process. You deserve a company led by a CEO with a deep belief in the power of people, dedicated to inspiring entrepreneurs to achieve success. A company with a phytonutrient chemist and expert on natural molecules who is obsessed with human health and has your best interest in mind to design its products. A board comprised of talented doctors from around the world. You deserve to be surrounded by people you trust and look up to. Empowered ambassadors that inspire wellness every day. Leaders who are rooting for you to be the best version of yourself. A community that works hard and plays hard. You deserve to experience adventures that take you around the world, and you deserve to be recognized for your hard work. It's time to get what you deserve. It's time to shift your focus. 3.
Hello and welcome to another incredible Wellness Wednesday. I am your host tonight, Adrianne Carbone, all the way from Austin, Texas, and I am just thrilled to be here with every single one of you. So if it's your first time on, welcome to the world of 3. We are going to give you a taste tonight from the scientific perspective, or rather the product perspective of what makes this company so unique and really demonstrative, right, in its field, which is the world of supplementation and health and wellness products. We offer 9 different incredible products. We have 6 ingestibles, 3 skincare products that are neurocosmetics that are really first in their class, incredible products we're going to go over with you tonight. And we specialize in advanced delivery technology, which means that our products truly do absorb into the body. So you guys are in for a treat. We have an incredible specialist on with us tonight that I am dying to introduce you to. She's had a day. Let me just tell you, she has had a day, like a tornado in her area. I mean, all sorts of stuff going on. And she prioritized this event to be here with you tonight, not only because she's an incredible professional, but because she cares about people and she wants people to be happier and healthier. And that's really our goal. And I know as a personal trainer for 20 years that's really my goal too. And here we find ourselves in the world of 3. And so tonight, my friends, if you have anybody that is not on the webinar yet, I invite you to send them a quick reminder text, let them know that we are on, and make sure that they get here to listen in before we start. So without further ado, I am excited to introduce you to my friend, Dr. Lisa Sottung, who is a doctor of physical therapy, but she's so much more than that. Yes, she has her bachelor's in physical therapy from Temple University. She specialized in the treatment of pelvic floor dysfunction in both men and women for the past 20 years, very unique. And she has a lot of experience with all sorts of, things going on in the body, but really the lower half of the body. And she's also been known to really specialize in hormonal changes in women and how to help them, really age more gracefully in a way that allows their body to, change with the times and do a really great job of that. So she's phenomenal. Yes, she uses manual physical therapy as well in her practice, but she's just incredible. So I'm excited because she is a wealth of knowledge. She is also a wife to Carl and has 2 incredible daughters, one of them who's becoming a doctor, I believe. So without further ado, please help me welcome my dear friend, Dr. Lisa Sottung. How are you tonight?
Hi, Adrian. I'm happy to be here. I didn't know if I was going to be swept away in the tornado. But yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you. Yes.
Oh, well, I'm so glad that you didn't get swept away either. I was really
Yeah.
praying for you. I was watching the Weather Channel with you. I was like,
Crazy day. Crazy
proud.
weather day.
Well, thank you for being here. So, you are a doctor of physical therapy, and I would love for you to just share real quickly, like, what made you decide to go into that particular specialty?
So I was always interested in how the body worked, how the body moved. I also always loved working with people and having relationships with people and just being a positive influence and having that type of mindset when I wanted to think about what I wanted to do as a profession. I didn't know there was physical therapy, so I started going to school thinking, oh, maybe I'll be a doctor. And then I found this profession, and it seemed to me that it allowed me to really reach people on a different level than that of a doctor, and it appealed to me a lot more. And so that's how I got into it.
Yeah. And your daughter, is she she's going to physical therapy
So
school?
she's finishing her doctorate in pharmacology.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
she's actually gonna be in the research field of clinical trials, clinical drug trials.
You must be so proud. That's really
Yeah, really happy
neat.
for her. Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What an incredible wealth of knowledge you and your family are. And I mean, my goodness. So tell me a little bit more about specifically in your practice, you are saying that you work with the lower half of the body the majority of the time and also with women's hormone health. Share with us a
Well,
little bit about
so I do work with the whole body. So my background is orthopedics, muscle energy technique, joint mobilization, manipulation with certifications in that, and soft tissue mobilization. And what I did for a number of years was traveled around the country with two specific seminar groups teaching cervical thoracic, costal cage treatments with physical therapy, manual therapy, and then lumbopelvic girdle.
that.
And what we recognized in the lumbopelvic girdle group was that we were missing this whole area on pelvic floor health. And so me being the female in the group went to do the education for the pelvic floor information and added it to the course. And then I really just got involved with women's health because at that time, which was, well, it was more than 20 years ago, actually, there was not um, much information at all on women's health, and women were suffering. Women had pelvic pain. Women had all types of issues, from chronic fatigue to frozen shoulder to painful sex to vaginal dryness to hot flashes, not being able to, etc. Women athletes had different challenges than male athletes, and it was becoming really obvious that we just didn't have enough information about women. And so I dove into the field. It was a field that really interested me, especially since I was coming into having children myself and wanted to understand the processes and what I would be going through and the processes of change. So um, I also do men's health because, unfortunately for men, they don't talk about it. Like, women at least will talk about it now with each other and say, like, yeah, I had such a bad night last night. I had hot flashes. I couldn't sleep. Yeah, me too. And they'll commiserate with each other. Whereas men will not tell you that they're incontinent in any way, or they have any type of erectile dysfunction or pelvic pain or anything like that. And they don't really have anybody to go to. They don't see gynecologists. So they would have to go to a urologist, and they don't have a lot of information for them either. So I do both now.
Yeah. I mean, the human body is just, these things happen as we age and it just becomes
Yeah.
harder to discuss. And so what an incredible thing for you to take on. I believe a lot of doctors try, but you've really specialized in this. And I mean, it's unique to see just how well you do in it because you have to have a passion for it. You do, right? It's not
Definitely.
easy. It's
Definitely.
like trying to pinpoint, what's gone wrong where, kind of a thing. And so it's a really unique practice. So I
Yeah,
love it.
I did a presentation this morning to a group of women, and it is eye-opening to them to realize that the symptoms they're having are related to their hormone changes. So, for instance, tinnitus or vertigo. or frozen shoulder or chronic fatigue syndrome. All these symptoms that happen more in women than men, it's not a mistake. It's our hormone changes. And so women aren't even aware that what they're getting gaslighted all the time. Like, you have a thyroid issue and they go to the thyroid doctor. You have IBS, so they'll go to the gastrointestinal specialist. You have frozen shoulder, so they'll go to the orthopedist. So they go to all these different specialists, none of them realizing that it's truly their hormone panel that they need to check, not, just their thyroid level or just something else. And they end up, they're having higher cholesterol. Estrogen changes the way that our body processes cholesterol. So our cholesterol start rising. So then they are at risk for cardiovascular disease. So they go to the heart doctor. They have a racing heart rate. They have no idea why. And they go to all these different specialists. And it all comes back to the menopausal changes, perimenopausal changes.
Wow. I mean, I'm blown away. I'm happy to hear it and also sad to hear it. Gosh, we go through so much, don't we?
Yeah.
Women
Yeah.
and men, we go through so much, these bodies that we live in, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, well, I'm excited to have found the World of Three. I would love for you to share with us a little bit. I mean, obviously you're an expert. Why did you say yes to this company and these products? I know it's unique for medical professionals and specialists like yourself to put their name on a brand. So tell us a little about why you said yes to Three, Dr. Lisa.
So you're right. I didn't say yes right away because I needed to investigate and I really needed to process the information that I was looking at from Three and talk to the chief scientific officer and really delve into what the company, where they got their products, how they curated their products, what the products were meant to do, not only for myself, but for my clients. But I myself, of course, being a female, was on this journey and of, aging and started experiencing perimenopausal symptoms. And up until that point, I had been, I would say, very healthy, diet-wise, exercise-wise, energy level-wise, brain function-wise. I was functioning quite well. My body I would say that I was privileged to be thin and it wasn't hard for me. My body was functioning great. Then I started hitting those perimenopausal years. My metabolics started to tank and I started to look for options and look for answers. So I would go to my primary and he would say, well, you have chronic fatigue syndrome, or, well, you're Epstein-Barr viruses. And I'm like, but these are viruses I've had forever. Why now? I have mono, I've had all of this. Why now? And then I started to look into what I could do for myself because I wasn't getting any answers. And it became clear to me that I needed to change my diet, change my exercise, but I also needed to add supplements to my routine because my body now needed help. Estrogen speaks very closely to so many cells in our body, how we process insulin, how we manage stress, how we regulate our temperature, our cardiovascular health, our visceral fat, everything. And so when your estrogen and your progesterone and your sex hormones and your other hormones start to get affected by these changes, all your metabolics change. I started to have brain fog. I started to have energy issues. So I started looking into what I could do, and I got a panel of blood work done, and I needed to add CoQ10. I needed to add methyl B. I had genetic testing done. I have some crappy genetics. So how can I address that? So I started adding supplements, holistic approaches to that. I had at least 15 bottles that I was taking a day. It was like, okay, when am I going to take this? When am I going to take this? When am I going to take this? How am I going to regulate this?
Sure.
And so when my friend introduced me to Three, I was like, not everything can be in these packages. This is not going to work, what really? And then I started looking into it and I was like, well, it's got my omegas 3, 6, and 9s. It's got my vitamin B. It's got my D and my K. It has my CoQ10. It has my this, that, and the other thing. And I was like, this is really simplified for me. It has my pre and probiotics for my gut health. Now, I'm not saying that's the only thing I use, but it is the base of my supplementation that I use. And if various things come up, then I can add to it, but it made it really simple. And so I started using the products, and then I get my blood work done every 6 weeks to 8 to 12 weeks. And my numbers started to really look a lot better. And I started to feel better. And my brain fog left, and my energy returned, and my vitality turned, and my strength and everything. So my cardiac numbers improved, my inflammatory markers improved. So I was a believer. And
Good.
because I treat so many women that suffer with this, I feel the need to share the information with them.
Yeah. And I know you love all the products, but if you were to focus on a couple for hormonal health and hormonal balancing, like what would you recommend?
Well, number one is Vitalite. It's got all the basics that you need. I mean, we know we can't get what we need from the food that we eat.
Right.
It's our soil's nutrient deficient now because of our farming practices and our pesticides and our GMOs and the over farming that we have. And so if you really wanted to get all the nutrients you could from your food, you'd be obese. You'd have to eat so much food. It just doesn't, so first and foremost, you have to supplement. And the Vitalite has the basics that you need for every cell in your body. I mean, every tissue, every cell, the basics are in there that you absolutely need. Secondly, I love the collagen for protein synthesis and repair. I love the collagen, and also the Purify, because we really need to help our body to really get rid of the toxins so that it can function properly. Those are probably, well, those are the ones that I use all the time.
Yeah. How do you feel about Eternal, the
Oh, I
resveratrol?
use that one too. That's got my CoQ10, my resveratrol, my acai berry, and all my antioxidants. So I use that on a daily basis too. The Vitalite, the Eternal, and the Purify on a daily basis.
Mhm. Yeah.
And then the collagen I use monthly for the 10 days that you have it on, and then 20 off.
I love the collagenate too. I feel like it helps with leaky gut. I mean, it helps in so many ways. Like it's more than just collagen. Like our version of collagen is not
Yeah.
the same as other people's collagen. It really is high quality. Do you want to talk a little bit about that too? Just what kind of
So
set?
I do little experiments on myself. So sometimes I'll say like, okay, do I really feel a difference? So I'll stop using it. And then you know what? My nails started breaking and my hair started breaking off on the ends. And I'll go and he's like, wow, your hair is so healthy. You can see when you started, it's like healthy from here and not from here. And I'm like, yeah. And then I stopped taking it, and my skin starts to get pale, and you just we stop making our collagen, and it's so necessary for protein synthesis and tissue recovery, and it just helps so much. And this collagen is the best quality collagen. It's the way that they formulate it. It's hydrolyzed and mycolized, so the molecules are small, so you absorb them, which is so different from the other collagens. People tell me they take all these powders and they don't see a change, and it's because you don't absorb the collagen that's in the powder. The molecules are too big. So I truly, truly love it. And I know that it's pure. I know where it's coming from. I know where it's sourced from. I know what's on the label. And that's really important. When I talk to people about supplementations, I tell them, you have to make sure that it's pure, that it's safe, that there's transparency, that you know how they source it, that you know how they curate it, that information is easily accessible to you, that they have third-party testing, that they know there's research, clinical research that says that it does what it says it does. And then they back that with third-party testing and then their research, their clinical research, to show that it actually does work.
Yeah. Yeah,
And that
absolutely.
it's absorbed.
Yeah. I do feel like a lot of people see a lot of benefits from Revive as well, especially with hormone balancing. Do you see that or not as much?
Yes. So several of my clients will come up with random joint pain, and that's another hormonal symptom. They'll just get inflammatory joints, and they don't really know why. It could just be and they are exercising, right? You have to exercise for your hormonal health. So they will take the Revive, and sure enough, their pain is gone. Especially, I've had several people with knee pain, with shoulder pain, that type of thing. I use it if I do a really heavy lifting workout and I have a lot of muscle soreness, which I do now, because of my menopausal hormone levels. I use Revive to help me sleep, because otherwise it takes the ache away, and I wake up the next day and I am so much more recovered and rested than if I don't take it. And I have played around with that too. I'm like, am I making this up? So I won't take it. And then I'll be like, no, I definitely need the Revive. In fact, I used to suffer with a lot of hip pain, and that has been subsiding since I take it with my workouts.
Yeah. There's not a day that doesn't go by that I'm not taking all the products that we just talked about. I mean, I do all the products. I think sometimes I forget immune, but I always have it in my purse because I travel so much. I think that's why I forget it.
Yeah. Oh, I have that. And I've
But
had so many people tell me that they pop it if they feel like they're getting sick, and they don't get sick. But also I have people use it for seasonal allergies, and it really helps them. I have a woman who was getting the allergy shots every 2 weeks. And I said, why don't you just try the immune for your allergy seasonal stuff? And she loves it. She doesn't get her migraines or her headaches anymore. And it's a much more natural process than going in and getting the allergy shots.
yeah, yeah. And I see in Texas, we have cedar and mold and all that. And I
Oh,
see
yeah.
people just like living off of like Zyrtec and things like that. And I'm like, there's a better way. There's
Yeah.
a better
Oh,
way,
God.
more natural way. Let's, try this on for size.
Yeah. I don't even process pharmaceuticals that well. So when I tried to take that stuff years and years and years ago, I had such a fog in my head. I'm like, I'd rather have the allergies. Forget it.
Yeah, I did too. I do not do well on
I do not.
any of those. Like it messes with my brain. I get angry. It's the weirdest thing. Like I'm
I
not
can't. Yeah,
normal. I'm normal. But I
I
don't.
know. Everybody's
Mhm.
body chemistry is different, and it does not suit me.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one, like for
No,
sure. But yeah.
no,
Well,
no.
okay, I know we have three incredible testimonials that are coming on tonight, but before they pop on here, I wanted to ask you one last question. Obviously, you're a doctor. You've put a stamp of approval on 3 products. You talked heavily about the uniqueness and how these products are absorbed and the clinical studies and the testing that's been done on them. Is there anything else you would want the brand new person that maybe let's even pinpoint it, somebody who's listening for the first time tonight, that's going, what is 3? What is this all about? What would the 1 or 2 things maybe be that you would want them to know about the differences in 3 is product line?
It's really a proactive wellness company that helps you with your lifestyle choices. So you have a choice, right? Everybody has to be an active participant in their healthcare, because you're just not going to get it from the medical system that we have. So you have to be an active participant. And the 3 is one of those companies that doesn't treat disease per se. It's really proactive. So you can take these supplements and help yourself to really be the best you can be with other lifestyle choices that you make. Obviously, nutrition is important. Obviously, sleep is important. Obviously, exercise, stress management, and all those things, right? And you have a certain genetic code that you have. But these products can help you really display the best genetics you can have, and they can help you really be proactive with geroprotectiveness and longevity and health of your cells, and having the energy to live the way you want to live. So don't take them because you're sick. Take them because you don't want to get sick and you want to have a really healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
Be able to do the things you want to do.
Yeah, proactive is the word. Your supplements should fit your lifestyle. They should be able
Yeah.
to move and flow with what you're doing on a daily basis. I love how you're transparent too, where you're like, I kind of test myself and I go off of things and I go back on them. And I
Yeah.
realize that,
Yeah.
what's the best way to realize something's working? Well, if you go off of it,
Yeah. I'm like, whoa, what
Mhm.
happened?
Oh my gosh. Um, Well, I'm excited. Thank you for sharing everything that you shared tonight from your, expert perspective as well. I really appreciate you diving a little bit deeper into more what your specialty is when it comes to hormone health and balancing as well. So that's huge. I know people are going to watch this call later. It's being recorded, it's on YouTube too, and they're going to be like, okay, I've got to send this to my girlfriend who's struggling with menopause or perimenopause. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you. Well, we've got incredible testimonials from Brenda Carbone, Debra Pliega, and MayLing Chan. Would you guys like to join us tonight, ladies? It's a party now. Here we are. It's a party now, ladies. And obviously, we've been talking about women's health a lot. Not that she didn't touch men too, but it's one of those things we've been discussing. I know each one of you has an incredible experience in three. And so we are going to start with Brenda out of Connecticut. Hi, Brenda. How are you?
Hi, everybody. How are you? So first of all, Dr. Lisa, I can completely relate to every single thing that you talked about and touched on because I had a full hysterectomy in my early 40s. So
Okay.
was in full-blown menopause at a pretty young age.
Early age.
Yes, and I couldn't do like estrogen or anything like that. So it was tough back then trying to, regulate everything. And
Mhm.
then as I got into my 50s, I'm like, oh, okay, regulated it. And now I'm going through it again because my body's like at that age where you
Sure.
just, so it, like once wasn't enough. I feel like I'm doing it twice.
You got it twice.
Yeah.
Lucky.
So it's been awful. And honestly, I laugh because I swear I think that's why Carrie introduced me to three because she probably was so sick and tired of listening to me every single day talk about menopause and all my issues. She's like, I have something that can help you with that. And like you, I had to do some research. I didn't say yes right away. I really looked into the products and what they were about, and I read about the cellular absorption and this and that. And I was like, okay, this is for me. I can do this. Like I like this. And so I started really with the Vitalite for probably about 3 to 4 weeks. And
Mhm.
then I was like, oh my God, my energy,
Right.
everything. It changed everything. And then from there started like really introducing more and more each additional product. But
Mhm.
one product that is everywhere with me is the Purify. Like
Yep.
game changer. Game changer. I've had issues my whole entire life with not being regular, acid reflux, especially as I've gotten, older. I was taking Miralax almost every day. I would take handfuls of Tums. I'd wake up in the middle of the night and take another handful of Tums. I was like, this is like, it's just not
Crazy.
okay, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So do that. And so the Purify was a game changer. I take
Yeah.
one in the morning with on an empty stomach, and I take it actually with the Revive. I do
Mhm.
one in the morning with the Revive, and I do one at night before I go to bed.
Mhm.
I have not touched Miralax. I have not touched a Tums.
Mhm.
It's been months. So like for me, that's huge. I love all the products. I can go on and on about
Yeah.
every single one of them, but the fact that I've lost weight and I'm sure it's just from being regular, like flushing my body out is just, it's so important. Um, so
Yeah,
I,
menopausal women suffer from reflux and gut issues. And part of it is because we all know that we have a microbiome, but we also have an estrobiome. And so when our estrogen changes, our estrobiome changes. So our gut health helps our hormone balance. So the first thing you want to take care of is your gut health. And
Mhm.
I love Purify. In fact, I take it first thing in the morning too, on
Yep,
an empty
on
stomach.
an empty
I
stomach.
can't take it at night because I'll be up all night because my system is purging itself. It works
Oh,
so well and keeps me
yeah.
so regular. And then the Vitalite has the pre and probiotics in it. And the Revive also helps with any inflammation that you have in your gut
Hmm.
lining. So the three of those products together really help work with your gut health, which is the first place that you need to go.
Yeah. Like I said, it's truly, truly been, I've never slept better. I
Yeah.
have so much energy.
Isn't
Um,
it great?
it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've for the like without a struggle have been able to actually lose some weight without like
Yeah.
starving myself. Um, so yeah, I swear by it. It's,
Great.
I stock it. It's, I like the immune people carry it around with me. No, Purify comes everywhere I go. Everywhere I go. Yeah. So, it's been huge for me, you know, and then now anybody I hear talking about menopause or issues and stuff like that, I'm like, I sound like Carrie. I got a product for that. I got something that can help you.
For you.
Not
And
just the way too. That's really what we do. I mean, we see
yeah,
feel a need. We hear people going through something, and we go, I've got something for that. Next thing you know, you're a part of three. Three's a part of you, you know,
yes.
because of the way it's changed you. So thank you so much, Brenda, for sharing that. What a
Yeah.
beautiful story. Okay, next we are going to go all the way to Minnesota with my beautiful friend MayLing Chan. If you would like to share your story.
Thank you, Adrianne. It's such an honor to be with you and all of you ladies. And boy, can I relate to everything you're saying. Like me, well, I'm postmenopausal, and I feel like when I was going through menopause, I didn't notice anything really like profound or really intense. I felt like, oh, I got through it okay. But at the same time, things start to break down. Like, and I don't like to quite say it that way, but like just your body just doesn't function as optimally as it used to. And so, long story short, before I started with the 3 supplements, I was taking, I thought, some good quality supplements. And I have been into nutrition and supplements for many, many years. But still, I was working a very demanding job in the corporate world, and I was having a hard time just keeping up. And I was exhausted. I mean, exhausted. I had so much fatigue, and it really became chronic. And it got so bad that I developed like a really bad skin rash, like a severe case of eczema. And it actually got so bad that I had to stop working. And I stopped working for like a year or a little bit over a year because I was so sick. And it wasn't just the eczema, it was all the other things that were related to that. Like my liver function was way off the charts and, other things. So, and my blood work was really wonky at that time. So, long story short, it took me quite a long time to recover from that. And then shortly after, I was introduced to the 3 products. And I wouldn't say I was fully recovered, but then come the 3 products, and it just made all the difference in the world. And it's not just like I take all the products, and I pretty much started on all of them right away. But I notice there's a beautiful synergy. You don't have to necessarily take all the products, but I notice a beautiful synergy with all of the products. I really like that. And the Vitalite is probably, if I had to pick just one product, if I were stranded on a desert island, I would pick the Vitalite, because when I first first started taking the Vitalite, I just thought, oh, it's just another vitamin mineral supplement. But then I realized, I was taking it, and my energy was so much better. I could focus more. I just felt a more positive, like I just felt better overall. And, it is just packed with like prebiotics, probiotics, multivitamin, mineral supplements, enzymes, superfoods. It's just a powerhouse of nutrients. And so I don't want to be without it. I just love it. And I love all of our products, but that I know for me is like a base. And like you said, Dr. Lisa, it's like a wonderful base, all of our supplements. And, I may add here and there to it, but this is really my foundation, if you will.
Yeah.
Absolutely love the products. And then lastly, I will say that for me, absorbability is so important, because I have had trouble absorbing my nutrients from my food and my supplements. But these products are so highly absorbable. The way Dr. Dan Gubler has formulated them, it's just phenomenal. And I can feel it. And other people, I'm amazed. Like people I share the products with, they're like, oh, I feel so much better on this Vitalite. And like I got really tired because I ran out, and now I'm waiting for my next order to come in. So, it's really great to hear some of these stories that I hear from people. And I just look forward to continuing to share it with people, because I just want everybody to know about it. So many people, there's such a need for this right now, and so many people need it. And I think we have a wonderful solution. So, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. Fun fact, you are always postmenopausal now that you're postmenopausal. You're perimenopausal, then you go through menopause one day, and then you're postmenopausal. So we have these struggles till the end.
Oh, that was beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that, MayLing. And I'm so glad that you're feeling better and that Free has helped you be able to do that. That's what this is all about. It's such a passion project for so many of us. I mean, if I had heard your story, I mean, I would, now that I know, I'm going to tell everybody because it's like everybody needs to know, that it started with a base level of nutrition. I also love the vitality too. So thank you for sharing that. Okay, next we have Debra Pliega from Connecticut as well. And I can't wait to hear your story, Deborah. Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. Again, thank you for having me tonight. What an honor. And Dr. Lisa, I so resonated with just about everything you said. As soon as you reach the years of menopause, I know for me, I was always very healthy, very active. And as soon as menopause hit me like a ton of bricks, I felt like I was just ran over. And then I was at like every doctor, I had the vertigo. You mentioned vertigo. You don't even sometimes associate that, and that like just catapulted me right into menopause. Like that was it for me. One vertigo attack and I was, just beside myself and at every single doctor trying to figure out, what just happened to me. Like my body was hijacked. And and then you find yourself, just going and almost pulling every single supplement off of off the counters. And before you know it, and you can ask my friends, I'm carrying around like luggage of all of these supplements and not things are not working. And then you realize, well, I'm not even really absorbing any of this. A lot of the stuff that I was taking just wasn't good quality and I wasn't really noticing a difference. And here I am spending most of my day just taking all these vitamins, vitamins, vitamins. And I always found like in the afternoons, I was just exhausted. I would come home from work and I would be exhausted. Every day I was napping, napping, napping. And, then my, good friend introduced me to three and stuff. And I was like, oh, I've taken so many, supplements and so many products, but, what really has me intrigued is, I listened to some of the videos and Dr. Dan, it was about the cellular absorption that was so important to me. And a lot of the ingredients, I was very familiar with the, doing so much reading. And I was like, you know what? I really need to try something. So I started with the Vitalite. And within 3 days, I have to say, like within 3 days, I was like, wait a minute, I didn't nap today. I didn't come home from work and need a nap. And I was like, this is like huge for me. And I don't miss a day taking those vitamins. And also, what I loved about it was it's a packet, and I open it up and everything is in my packet. The simplicity of it. I don't have 17 jars now. I have this nice little packet that I can open up and it has my omegas, it has my prebiotic, my probiotic, 72 different trace minerals, so many different things in it, all like awesome. And I noticed I got my energy back. Then pretty soon, like the mental clarity started to clear up. And I was like, wow, this really does work. And I myself do that thing where you stop taking them too for a couple days. Like, you know what? Really? Is this? And I did that. And I was like back to being so tired. I stopped taking them for a couple days and I like, okay, can't go to the gym today. And I'm like, okay, back on it. And I haven't missed a day. I'm playing pickleball 5 days a week. I got a personal trainer now. And the best thing about it is I'm going at 3 o'clock in the afternoon when I would be sleeping. I am now working out at the gym at that time, which is incredible for me because I would never be doing anything from 3 to 5 other than laying on my couch and stuff. And I have a new grandson and I'm able to spend, so much quality time with him, playing and doing things. And I'm not so sluggish in the afternoon. And I feel just a huge difference. And I'm starting to try a lot of the other products and the same thing with the Purify. I'm now regular. I don't miss that at all. I take that every day and that's helped with that. And I have some friends now noticing my like the hair growth and my skin. And I'm like, oh yeah, you got to see what I'm on. You got to see what I'm doing and stuff. So yeah, so far the products have been amazing for me and stuff. And I'm not living without them right now. So
That's
I
terrific.
really, yeah, I love it. Yeah,
That is
it's really helped with a lot of the menopause for sure.
I hear it all the time. And people that are, I don't want to say doubting Thomases, just people that are like you and me that like really have to look into things first. Like, okay, I'll try it. I'm like, you really just try it. And one of my clients who's an esthetician was just struggling, so struggling. Her hair was falling out and her energy was horrible and her thyroid was off. And they were putting her on all these different hormone therapies. And I'm like, just try the Vitalite. And she is now sharing it with everybody she knows, even her young daughter who doesn't have any of those issues. She's like, just do it proactively. Take this. She loves it. Won't be without it. Yeah, that's great.
Oh, wonderful. Oh my gosh, Deborah, amazing share. I, like you, yes, naps were like a thing at one point. And I was like, I don't have time for my nap. Like,
I know.
I know that's how women think for sure, right? But I love the results, and I love that you shared how you were on all those different pills too. A lot of times I see that's what happens. We're seeing, somebody who's, doing a lot of one-off certain things and not necessarily giving us foundational wellness or proactive wellness, which is what we've all touched on tonight. I truly believe when people have foundational wellness, like the 3 product line, and there's really nothing like it out there. I mean, I look out there, I know like what you said, it's about the research. Nobody has the clinical studies that we have. Nobody has the PDR. The products, our entire line is listed in the prescriber's digital reference. Google it, pdr.net. Our products sit next to pharmaceuticals. That's how high quality they are. That's how well they absorb. We spent $3 million last year on testing, not tasting. I taste them every day, but testing, right? For safety, efficacy, potency, making sure that if we say there's 200 milligrams of resveratrol in Eternal, that there's 200 and not above 205 in every packet. So no, we are not like other supplements. We're not the wild, wild west, right? We are definitely tested, we're vetted, we're advanced delivery technology. And it's a reason why we're attracting professionals like Dr. Lisa, who can see that this is unique and different. And you guys are the result of that. You guys are experiencing the benefits of having high quality products in your daily wellness routine. And I love that it's not, Dr. Dan's not like over producting us, right? We're not like a huge catalog of products. He's giving us what we need as we need it. And I think that's beautiful. The fact that we're here as women tonight, I'm going to wrap this up because I think it's amazing. This is the first call I think I've really, personally done around women and menopausal symptoms. And what a beautiful experience to have with all of you ladies to hear your stories and be able to share. And I hope that everybody listening in tonight, even the men, maybe your wife is going through menopause, right? This is still for you. All the products are still for you too, guys. You have bodies just like we do. You got all your organs just like we do. So it's important to be on good foundational wellness products like 3. And so we're excited. And I really invite everybody on here to join me and my friends here, including Dr. Lisa, our expert tonight, in the world of 3. And I hope to be able to, really be able to hear your story on an upcoming Wellness Wednesday. So for those of you who are tuned in right now and this is your first exposure, I highly recommend you text the person who invited you on and ask them for additional information. Or if you're ready to get started, we're ready to invite you in. So we would like to welcome you. We would like to take your order, get your products ordered so you can, like Dr. Lisa said, take the product. Okay, take the product, see how it feels. It's really that simple. I do want to remind everybody who's listening in that tonight is the last night of our self-care promotion. We do have a self-care promotion this week and it ends tonight at Midnight Mountain, and you can receive 20% off of any individual product orders. I, of course, recommend you order a pack of products because I feel like they all work better together and you do save a little bit money as well ordering them in a pack. But if not, we are welcome you to start with whatever products excited you tonight for a discount. So the 20% off will end at Midnight Mountain tonight. So make sure you definitely text if you're ready to rock. You're like, I need this Vitalite, this multivitamin. I need this Revive for joints. I need Purify in my life, so I don't have acid reflux every night. Then make sure you get those products ordered tonight, my friends. Okay. So for those of you listening in. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for being on. Anything else you guys would like to share? Or you guys good?
Just thank you. Thank you for having us on tonight. I love listening to women be empowered.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, thank you all so much. Appreciate you dearly. Truly, 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 we are moving the needle in 3. I mean, we are moving right now. So I'll just say this real quickly as far as the other aspect of this. I mean, we're not even a 2-year-old company yet. We've already done, millions in revenue. We're not going anywhere. We're in 14 countries. So wherever we're at, you can share the world of 3. So definitely get back to the person that invited you on. And we look forward to welcoming you all soon. Thank you so much. Have a great night, ladies. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.